Hello, and welcome to China Watch. As China's economy continues to decline, it's not just companies that are going bankrupt due to insolvency and local governments that are drowning in debt. Individuals are also seeing significant reductions in their assets, and more people are finding themselves unable to repay their debts. However, under the Chinese Communist Party system, there is no personal bankruptcy protection. The mass bankruptcy of Chinese citizens will inevitably exacerbate social unrest and instability in China.
According to various mainland media reports, in January 2024, the Bank Credit Asset Registration and Transfer Center Company released the 2023 fourth quarter non-performing loan transfer pilot business statistics. The data shows that in the fourth quarter of 2023, the number of projects announced for non-performing loan transfer pilot business listings was 336, doubling from the third quarter. The listed business reached 75.29 billion yuan, a quarter-on-quarter increase of 52.66% and a year-on-year increase of 327.78%. For the entire year of 2023, there were 553 non-performing loan bulk transfer transactions, with a transaction scale reaching 119.37 billion yuan, an increase of 222.71% compared to 36.99 billion yuan in 2022. Among these, the bulk transfer of personal non-performing loans was in an explosive mode, with the number of personal non-performing loan bulk transfer projects reaching 390 and a transaction scale of 96.53 billion yuan, a sharp increase of 449.4% compared to 17.57 billion yuan in 2022. So, how large is the current scale of bad personal loans in China? At the 2023 China Non-Performing Asset Spring Forum, Jiang Tao, Deputy Director and Researcher at the Financial Non-Performing Asset Research Center of China University of Political Science and Law and President of Shanghai Wenxing Asset Management Company, stated that there are currently about 10 trillion yuan of non-performing assets remaining in the financial system, and by 2025, approximately 20 trillion yuan of financial non-performing assets will need to be disposed of, accounting for 10% of the bank loan balance.
Caixin reports that the scale of bad personal loans in China has reached 1 trillion yuan. Lu Muji, General Manager of the Financial Market Department of Hainan New Creation Asset, believes that the real market scale of bad personal loans is several trillion yuan, and in the future, it may even reach 10 trillion yuan.
What types of personal non-performing loans are there? Data shows that in the fourth quarter of 2023, credit card overdrafts ranked first, with a business scale of 28.89 billion yuan, accounting for 60.8%. Personal consumption loans amounted to 12.16 billion yuan, accounting for 25.6%, and personal business loans totaled 6.44 billion yuan, accounting for 13.6%.
The data indicates that credit card overdrafts and personal consumption loans constitute most non-performing personal loans. The surge in bad debts is closely related to the worsening economic environment in China in recent years, the decline in the real estate market, and rising unemployment rates. Many citizens, unable to repay their mortgages, have been blacklisted by the CCP.
The Financial Times, citing data from local Chinese courts, reported that in 2023, 8.54 million people in China were officially blacklisted by the government for defaulting on various loans, including mortgage loans and commercial loans. Most of these debtors are between the ages of 18 and 59, accounting for 1% of China's working population. These individuals are restricted from purchasing airplane tickets, unable to use electronic payment platforms like Alipay and WeChat Pay, and in severe cases, prohibited from holding public office. According to the 2023 annual reports released by major commercial banks, ICBC ranks first in terms of absolute value of non-performing personal loans, with personal non-performing loans reaching 60.757 billion yuan, an increase of 11.202 billion yuan, and a non-performing loan ratio of 0.7%, up 0.10 percentage points. Other banks, such as Agricultural Bank of China, China Construction Bank, Postal Savings Bank of China, China Merchants Bank, and China CITIC Bank, have all shown increases in personal non-performing loans compared to the end of the previous year. The CCP's current main approach is to allow bulk transfers of non-performing personal loan assets to local asset management companies, AMCs, to strip away the debt. According to Credit Center statistics, from the opening of the bulk transfer business for non-performing personal loan assets in January 2021 to the end of the third quarter of 2022, local AMCs accounted for about 95% of the overall transfer scale. In the fourth quarter of 2022 and the first quarter of 2023, in terms of the number of projects, local AMCs accounted for 100% and 96.3% of the overall transfer scale, respectively. In the second quarter of 2023, local AMCs accounted for 98.9% of the transferees in the bulk personal business. For local AMCs, the market for non-performing personal loans seems like a blue ocean, but for financial institutions, it is undoubtedly a painful cut, increasing the bad debt rate. According to the Credit Center's announcement on August 10, 2023, regarding the transfer of a batch of non-performing personal consumption credit loans, the principal of a batch of non-performing personal loan assets from Home Credit Consumer Finance was 15.76 billion yuan, with a total principal and interest of 16.976 billion yuan, and a starting bid of 738 million yuan, which is 0.043 times the principal and interest.
Home Credit Consumer Finance is almost giving it away for free because as the Chinese economy continues to deteriorate, the subsequent recovery of personal loans and disposal costs are high, causing the price of personal loan asset packages to plummet, even to the point where there is no market for them.
The CCP's real estate economy has grown wildly for 30 years, and land finance has fattened corrupt officials and local governments. Land transfer accounts for 50% of residential property value. With the cliff-like decline in the real estate market and soaring unemployment rates, residents are unable to repay mortgages, increasing both the stock and increment of non-performing personal loans. However, the CCP currently lacks a personal bankruptcy protection law. A personal bankruptcy system is an inevitable product of marketization and legalization of the economic system. The CCP promulgated the Enterprise Bankruptcy Law, trial, in 1986 and formulated the Enterprise Bankruptcy Law in 2006, but the lack of a personal bankruptcy protection system makes it a crippled bankruptcy law.
Entrepreneurs are the soul and core of enterprises. Without a personal bankruptcy protection system for entrepreneurs, corporate bankruptcies often cannot proceed smoothly, and some entrepreneurs in debt crises have to flee or even commit suicide.
A personal bankruptcy protection system based on private ownership and market rules provides institutional protection and fair repayment for both debtors and creditors, and it is also a powerful stabilizer for society. However, due to the CCP's emphasis on public ownership as the main ideology, the planned economic system, and the lack of a legal environment, the personal bankruptcy system has been called for many times but has not been implemented.
In recent years, we have continuously seen that due to economic downturns, widening wealth gaps, intensified conflicts between officials and citizens, and increasing hostility among mainland Chinese, there have been frequent violent incidents in both urban and rural areas. Cases such as creditors killing debtors' families, migrant workers resorting to violence after failing to get paid, bosses absconding with debts, young people unable to repay debts and driving into crowds, and public power criminalizing private entrepreneurs' debts are emerging one after another. the mass bankruptcy of Chinese people will inevitably exacerbate social unrest and will certainly backfire on the stability of the CCP's regime.